The entire history of Ethiopia's empire in 31 minutes. Long before Ethiopia became an empire, this land was already shaping human history. In the dry deserts of the Afar region, scientists discovered the bones of one of the oldest human ancestors ever found. They named her Lucy. She lived more than 3 million years ago, walking across a world that looked both beautiful and deadly. Ethiopia was not an easy place to survive. Huge mountains rose high above the clouds. Deep valleys cut through the earth like giant scars. Volcanoes shook the land. Hot deserts stretched for miles.
Run!
Rivers carved
Get to the
paths through
boats!
rock and stone.
It's getting closer!
Every part of the landscape
stop!
tested
Move!
the people who lived there. But those harsh lands also protected them. The Ethiopian highlands became a natural fortress. Invading armies struggled to cross the mountains. Outside empires found it difficult to control the region.
Hold the line
Over time,
steady!
isolated tribes built their own languages, beliefs, and traditions deep within the valleys and cliffs. Yet Ethiopia was never fully alone. To the north lay the Red Sea, one of the most important trade routes in the ancient world. Beyond it stood Egypt, Arabia, Rome, and Persia. Traders crossed the sea carrying gold, ivory, incense, salt, and stories from distant kingdoms. Small villages slowly grew into busy trade centers where African, Arab, and Mediterranean cultures met. As centuries passed, tribal societies became more organized.
My king, your
Local
humble servant
rulers
bows
gained
before
power.
you. Great king, we bring
Farmers
gifts
learned
of
to
gold
grow
and
crops
ivory.
in the
Rise.
mountains.
Your loyalty is
Merchants
noted.
carried goods through dangerous desert roads. Religious ideas spread from one region to another. The land was
Onward to
slowly changing.
victory!
And all around
The
them,
army is
the
with you, my
geography
queen.
continued shaping their
Then we
destiny.
ride!
The
Your
mountains
treachery
gave
ends
protection.
now.
You
The
have
valleys
no proof,
created
my queen.
isolation.
Your actions
The Red
betray
Sea
you!
opened a
Then face
path to the
me!
wider world. That balance between isolation and connection would define Ethiopia for thousands of years. Because while much of Africa remained unknown to the ancient Mediterranean world, Ethiopia stood right beside it,
Your blessing,
watching
Father.
powerful empires
Rise
rise
and
and fall
receive
across
this
the
holy
sea.
symbol.
And eventually,
Amen.
those trade routes would give birth to one of
Lift it
Africa's
higher!
first great
Move it!
empires.
Pull!
By the
To
1st
the
century
right,
AD,
got it!
a new power was rising in the northern highlands of Ethiopia. Its name was Aksum. What began as a small kingdom soon
Pull!
became one of the greatest
Heave now with
empires
all
in
your
the ancient
strength!
world.
Yeah.
Aksum stood near the
Hold
Red
steady!
Sea,
It's rising!
perfectly placed between Africa, Arabia, and the Mediterranean. Its merchants controlled valuable trade routes that connected distant civilizations. Giant ships crossed the sea carrying ivory, gold, incense, salt, and rare animals. Traders from Rome, Egypt, Persia, and Arabia filled Aksum's markets with foreign goods and new ideas. Wealth poured